In a bustling city of glass towers and neon lights, Chris the magician of locks was a legend. Wherever a door refused to open, a safe mocked its owner, or an antique chest lay sealed for centuries. Local whispers spoke of one man, Chris. By day, he ran a modest locksmith shop. By night, he dazzled friends and strangers alike with feats of precision and speed. His confidence was boundless. No mechanism too intricate, no combination too obscure. Locks are puzzles, he told admirers, and I'm the solver. One clear morning, Chris found an elegant envelope slipped beneath his door. Inside was an embossed card bearing the name Edward Hawthorne, a renowned businessman with ventures across continents. Edward's invitation was succinct: attend a private high-stakes challenge at his estate that evening. The prize, $100,000. The terms would test more than mere skill. Chris's heart leapt. A sum like that could fund a lifetime's worth of machinery and experimentation. With a flourish, he tucked the card into his pocket and set about preparing, already picturing the locked prize awaiting his triumph. That night, Chris arrived at Edward's sprawling estate, where marble pillars framed a vaulted arena. Hundreds gathered: dignitaries, journalists, television cameras, and curious townsfolk. Organizers in dark suits stood by a stainless steel pool at center stage. The prize, a sealed metal box, floated locked in the middle. Bright spotlights danced on the water's surface, and the murmuring crowd hushed as Edward strode forward, applause echoing. Chris tipped his head in greeting, confidence radiating from his posture. He had never failed before. Tonight would be no different. Edward's voice boomed through speakers. Chris, tonight you face your greatest test. That box contains my private fortune, evidence of my most prized venture. You must dive beneath the surface, unlock the box, and surface with its contents before your air runs out. Do this, and $100,000 is yours. Fail, and your reputation is, well, you understand. A ripple of excitement coursed through the audience. Chris absorbed the rules with a steady gaze. A small air tank lay at the pool's edge, his lifeline. With a courteous nod to Edward, he donned mask and flippers, a grin curling as he prepared to perform another miracle. Chris eased himself into the chilly water, the audience craning for a glimpse. Beneath the surface, breathing through the regulator, he swam toward the box. The water magnified the hush above. His practiced fingers danced over the lock's dial, a mechanism of exquisite complexity, chosen specially for tonight. Confidence hummed through his veins. Piece of cake, he thought, eyes locked on the dial. His gloved fingers gripped the combination lock. Click, click, click. The first tumbler fell. Click. The second. His heart raced with exhilaration. But then, nothing. He turned the dial again. Still nothing. The lock refused to budge. Chris frowned, eyes narrowing. He retraced his mental map of the mechanism. Perhaps he misjudged the spacing. No. The layout was clear, yet the lock remained firm. Time inched forward. Chris stalled on the third tumbler. He recalled Edward's words. Your air won't wait. Panic stirred. His lungs felt heavy with urgency. He tried to calm himself. Focus, Chris, he whispered internally. But doubt slithered in. Had he overestimated his ability? The combination seemed to blur. His skilled hands grew tentative, hesitant. Fingers slipped. The dial spun past the correct number. No, he thought. The mind that once gleamed with clarity now fumbled in shadows. With precious seconds draining, Chris fought for composure. He tried slowing his breathing, visualizing the lock tumblers. Yet every inhale reminded him of failing air, each exhale a gasp for calm. The crowd above murmured. The cameras zoomed in. Sweat mingled with chlorinated water on his forehead. His usual grin dissolved beneath the mask. Overthinking strangled. His instincts, those very instincts that had made him unbeatable. At last, a flash of clarity. This spiral of doubt would end him. He reached for the bright red emergency button near the box. Pressing it, he triggered a buoyant device that shot him toward the surface. In one powerful burst, he broke free of the water, gasping. Medics and safety divers swarmed, removing his mask. The audience exhaled in collective shock and relief. Chris's chest rose and fell as he coughed, eyes meeting Edward's curious, unjudging. As Chris sputtered on the edge, an organizer hurled a drenched tarp aside. The metal box floated empty, its lock clearly a simple prop gelatin cast over a harmless bolt. Chris's jaw dropped. The challenge had never been about his lock-picking skill, but his mental clarity under duress. A hush fell over the crowd. They had witnessed their hero falter. Chris lingered in mortified silence, water dripping from his hair, the cameras capturing every moment. Edward strode forward, arms open. "Chris," he called, voice warm. "The world admires your mastery of locks, but mastery of the mind is your greatest challenge. Overthinking is the hardest lock of all. Tonight we tested your spirit and discovered that simplicity of thought, trust in your instincts, and calm action can open any door." He placed a firm hand on Chris's shoulder. $100,000 was never the prize. Clarity of mind is. The audience erupted in applause, not the triumphant cheers of victory, but respectful clapping for a hard-won lesson. Journalists scribbled notes. "Locksmith humiliated but humbled," read one headline. Yet beneath the surface, admiration bubbled. Here was a man who dared to face his greatest foe, his own mind. Chris straightened, dripping wet, and looked around. Faces that once expected perfection now offered understanding smiles. Later, Chris stood alone by the pool, moonlight shimmering on glassy water. He traced his finger over the emergency panel, recalling the lock's false challenge. He inhaled deeply, tasting gratitude rather than shame. "I forgot," he murmured. "That practice means nothing if the mind won't follow." He bowed his head, humbled. In that quiet moment, the true magic of locks and of life revealed itself. The simplest key is often faith in oneself. The next evening, Edward arranged a small gathering at his estate's library. Chris, now towel-dried and changed, addressed a dozen close friends and journalists. With calm confidence, he shared, "The greatest lock I face is in my own mind. Overthinking turns every open door into a fortress. From now on, I'll trust my instincts first, then let my skill follow." He held up a master key. "This opens locks, but clarity of thought opens possibilities." The room nodded in agreement. Pens scribbled. Cameras captured the moment. In the weeks that followed, Chris's performances changed. He no longer dazzled with frantic speed, but with measured grace. Each lock he opened now carried a story of calm confidence. Articles praised his new approach. He mentored young locksmiths, teaching them not only tools of the trade, but techniques of mindfulness. The legend of the magician of locks endured, but now it included a greater secret. The simplest key to any challenge lies in the uncluttered mind, and so the tale spread far beyond those marble pillars. Overthinking is a lock no skill can pick. Trusting oneself is the true master key. In life, as in locks, the greatest obstacles live between our ears, and the simplest actions can turn panic into triumph.